June 19th, 2019, a Syrian refugee was arrested in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for plotting to blow up a local church. His intent was to inspire other church attacks in the name of ISIS. Former FBI agent Mark Lundgren warns that an attack like this could have far-reaching consequences.
If 2 or 3 successful attacks on churches occur, what we're going to see is a conversation over the dinner table on Saturday night. Honey, should we take the kids to church tomorrow, or should we just live stream this? And if you don't think that's going to impact the very ministry model of every church in America, you probably just haven't thought about it.
Many churches these days have some sort of security team, but Lundgren is working to help these teams network with those from other churches by starting the Secure Church Network, an association of church safety and security leaders who meet to share tips and tactics for keeping their congregations safe.
So what we want to do is create an environment where worry-free worship can occur.
At a recent Secure Church event near Chicago, several hundred attendees got a chance to do scenario-based training aimed at approaching security as a ministry. Former Secret Service agent Tim Miller led the training.
So church security is unique because the skills we need week after week are largely not firearm skills. They're skills like talking people down. We call it de-escalation. They're skills like dealing with mentally ill people. They're skills like understanding that people come into the church with a variety of addictions. And how we respond to them really matters because on the one hand, we want hurting people to come, but on the other hand, we want to keep the congregation safe.
You know, you're more likely to be struck by lightning than you are to be a victim of a mass shooter attack in a church. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be training and prepared for it. More likely, you're going to have a medical emergency or maybe a mentally ill person come into your church, and those kinds of things need to be prepared for as well. And that's why training like this is so important.
Let's pray that he is with us today.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
I think you just have to watch the news today, and you can tell that things are changing. There's just an expansion of these radical ideologies, mental health struggles, even anger against people of faith. And because the conditions are changing, I think leaders need to be more thoughtful than ever about how they really shepherd people, how we protect the flock that's under our care, and whether that means imposing new kinds of security protocols to help protect folks against bad actors, or whether it's just thinking through more carefully the practices by which we're going to be ready to give medical aid in a time of emergency. It feels like we have a responsibility that is even more intense than ever before.
What's the problem, ma'am?
The training included some unique tools, such as a high-tech virtual trainer that lets attendees experience dozens of different scenarios in a short period of time. It's the same method used by law enforcement.
Having those conversations ahead of time, doing some drilling. I know that our officers will come through here off hours so that way they can learn the layout much better and even do some training.
We want them ministry-minded, but also highly skilled. Now, church security is different because, as you know, churches are welcoming, inviting places, and security tends to keep people away. So it's important that we train church security folks with the mindset of ministry.
I just don't know any church leader that wants their gatherings to start to feel like some kind of an armed encampment. But the good news, it seems to me, is that there are practical ways of increasing security in the life of a religious community or church without losing that sense that it is still a very warm and welcoming place.
Participants say they get a lot out of working together with other churches.
So we're part of Secure Church Chicago, and we attend these on a regular basis. They've been very impactful in helping us develop a plan and a strategy.
This is my second time attending a training here with Secure Church. So it was really informative. Even just making connections and networking with other churches was also a benefit to being here. But just having a facility to be able to do scenario-based training was the real advantage for us.
In Chicago, I'm Chuck Holton for CBN News.